On today's video, we'll be working on this AC. What we're going to do is we're going to remove our side panel, and this will give us access to the contactor and the capacitor. So here you can see on the side there's a bunch of this greasy, gooey residue, and you can see that the capacitor for our blower motor actually exploded. Here the contactor is already engaged. That tells me that I am getting 24 volts from my thermostat. What happens is once your fan motor no longer is operable or functioning, that will cause the compressor to overheat. And once the compressor overheats, it has a thermal protection and it'll actually lock up until the temperature drops and cools off, and it will turn back on. Here I waited a couple minutes for the compressor to cool off. You can hear it's running, and it's actually going to shut off because it'll overheat. Right now we do know that the issue is going to be the fan motor, and we're going to start by replacing this capacitor. Disconnect. We have two options. We have my two wires coming from my fan motor to this capacitor, but we also have here someone installed a dual capacitor, and here this is where I can connect my fan motor if I didn't want to add another capacitor into my system. Now for me, I just prefer the dual capacitor only because it opens up a lot of space here for me in the future if I have to add a hard start, or if I had to add a reversible fan motor, and the wires can sit right inside of here. So if you want, you can go ahead and just purchase this capacitor and replace it. Just take the leads off and put them back on. Or right now we're going to eliminate one wire and we're going to just use the other wire for the fan here on this terminal on this dual capacitor. Here we have our brown and a white. I cut it off and I capped it. I'm going to put electrical tape on that and kind of secure it here. And this is my other lead right here coming off my fan motor. I'm basically just going to tie that in right into this dual capacitor. So here on this capacitor it says fan right there in front of the terminal. Now I'm going to plug in my disconnect and see if we have power to our condensing unit. This video was a help. If it was informational, please subscribe.